Hello, everyone, and welcome to Live Fitness Fridays through PD Health at Home with the Parkinson's Foundation. So good to see all of your shining faces, ready to move this Friday, ringing in the weekend. I'm your host, Krista Ellis, filling in for some very big shoes of my colleague, Annie Long, who's usually here with us live. So I hope you'll excuse the different face today. Today, we're featuring Laura Plummer, the clinical physical therapist at Massachusetts General Hospital, right out of Boston. We will begin shortly. Just a few things to note before we start. All attendees will be muted during the session. Please do join us on video. It's great feedback for our facilitators of movement. We'd like to see you. Feel free to open and submit questions or comments by using the chat function. Laura and I will address those questions when we're finished with our movement today. Make sure you select speaker view in the top right-hand corner of your Zoom viewing pane to ensure optimal viewing of our presenters. So Zoom speaker view will help blow up the facilitation of the movement, and you'll have a bigger picture of what Laura is going to be outlining in our movement today. If you'd like to download a copy of the new Parkinson's exercise recommendations, visit parkinson.org/exercise. This is a great kind of guidelines to facilitate at home fitness and physical, adjustments in your own home as you continue down the path of movement and mobility with exercise. Our next live English session will be November 18th with Nate Coomer. He is a doctorate of physical therapy and works alongside with the Daily Dose of Parkinson's disease. So hang tight, grab some water, get comfortable, remove anything that might get in your way of movement, and we'll get started in just a few minutes.
This season, Fitness Fridays will be utilizing the newly released Parkinson's exercise recommendations created in collaboration with the American College of Sports Medicine. These recommendations provide guidance to help people with Parkinson's maintain or improve their health through physical activity. These guidelines were developed and reviewed by a panel of exercise and Parkinson's experts and include recommended frequency, intensity, time, type, and in addition to volume and progression of exercises that are safe and effective for people with Parkinson's. These recommendations are created across 4 domains: aerobic activity, strength training, balance, agility, and multitasking, and stretching. Each Friday, you will be guided through an exercise routine that highlights one or more of the domains of exercise. Oh, but typically exercise does not fit perfectly in a specific column. Rather, they are complex activities that cross over from column to column. In addition to regular exercise, the Parkinson's Foundation encourages you to see a physical therapist specializing in Parkinson's for a full functional evaluation and exercise recommendations. And remember, safety first. We encourage you to exercise during on periods if you're taking medication and to have someone with you if needed. Lastly, it's important to modify and progress your exercise routine over time. Participating in Fitness Fridays is one way that you can reach your weekly goal of 150 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise per week. For more information, visit parkinson.org/exercise. From there, you can also check out the Parkinson's exercise recommendations, which are now available in various languages, including Spanish, French, and German. Enjoy your exercise class today, and rest assured, you will be led by skilled and competent exercise professionals who have specifically designed their class to meet your unique needs. Have fun and go for it.
Thank you so much for joining us today for our PD Health at Home Live Fitness Friday event. It is now my pleasure to introduce today's instructor, Laura Plummer, who is a clinical physical therapist and chair of an associate professor in physical therapy at MGH Institute of Health Professions at Massachusetts General Hospital, a Parkinson's Foundation Center of Excellence. Laura, take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're really excited to exercise with you today. I'm joined with two of my students who I'm going to allow to introduce themselves and tell you what their role will be.
Hi, I'm Bilal. I'll be doing the chair-assisted version, so I'll just be holding onto a chair and giving you a modification to do the exercises that way.
And I'm Natalie. I'll be sitting in a chair, so if you need to take any breaks and sit down in a chair at any point, you can follow me.
So I will be leading the exercises without using any sort of chair or assistance. I will try and go through some different modifications. I may have some jumping where I'll give you a modification if you're not sure that your balance would be adequate for jumping, or if you're someone who has joint pain, I wouldn't recommend doing that. But we'll start with some active stretching. And then I would say the focus of this class is a combination of aerobic exercise or endurance and balance and agility. So we hope that you have fun, and we're very excited to have you join us today. All right, without further ado, we'll get started. So first, what we're gonna have you do is an active warm up. So I'm trying to get my feet in the picture here, and we're gonna start with some dynamic stretching. So you're going to start with some shoulder rolls, stand up nice and tall, navel towards your spine. We're going to bring our shoulders up, really squeeze them back and down, up, squeeze and down, up, squeeze and down. Really bring those shoulders up to those ears, squeeze back and down, few more. Up, squeeze and down. Nice job. We're going to move on to our next stretch. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into a chair position. So that's a squatting position. Keep those knees behind those toes. And then we're going to reach up really high, stretching, even arching that back. You can come up onto your toes if your balance allows. Back down to that chair. And all the way up, stretching. And down. I usually try and do between like 8 and 10 reps of this active warm up. Get those muscles ready. And then all the way up, really reaching back and up, down and up. 2 more. Chair and up and chair and up. Nice job. Come back to that front or center if you had turned to do this. And now what we're going to do is do some finger flicks, working on some big motion with our hands. This can challenge your balance too if you're doing it quickly. So have your hands fisted towards your chest, and then you're going to push them out, really stretching out those fingers, bringing those wrists up to the ceiling like you're saying stop. Nice work. I can see everybody doing that. One more front. And then we're going to go to the side, side, side. Really big motion. Stretch those fingers out. Bring those wrists towards the ceiling. One more. And then back and down. Back and down. Same thing. Really stretch those fingers out. And now we're going to go around. Front, side, down, front, side and down. Nice job. We're gonna just tap those fingers together, work on that coordination, put that index finger to the thumb, nice big movements, and then move down the fingers. See if you can go as accurately and quickly as you can, but the accuracy is the most important. Nice job, and then shake out those hands. All right, we're gonna warm up this trunk some. So we're gonna start with a figure 8. You're gonna put your hands together like this. For all of these exercises, make sure that navel's towards your spine, really set that core, and you're gonna go up and back, and then down in front to your hip, up and back, and down in front. Nice big rotation trunk movements. These should not cause you pain. If they do cause you pain, back off a little bit in terms of how far you're moving. If it's creating a stretch, that's fine. But you shouldn't have any pain in your back or down your leg doing any of these exercises. Nice big movement. With Parkinson's, sometimes that can have some stiffness or rigidity in your trunk. So this is really working on trying to loosen those muscles up. A few more. 1, 2, and 3. Nice job, and then shake those arms out. We're gonna do another kind of trunk warm up. So you're gonna have your hands up like this in this goal post position, which actually gives you a nice stretch here. And then we're gonna thread the needle. So you're gonna move back and to the corner as far as you can. So you're bending down and rotating back, having your head follow that motion. And up, looking good, everyone. Up, down, and up. So nice to have a community of people exercising together. 2 more. Down, and up, and down, and up. Nice job. Shake things out. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into our first endurance or aerobic interval. So we're gonna do 5 minutes, 1 minute each of different aerobic activities. You should think about working at like moderate intensity, so you feel like you're working somewhat hard, but you would be able to talk but not be able to sing. Everybody should stay within the limits of their abilities, and if you need to take a rest and then come back in, that's fine. The thing we want to do is try and keep on moving. All right, so the first 1 minute interval will be jumping jacks. So you can do a modified jumping jack like this. You can see Natalie doing it in the chair and Bilal doing standing up, or you can do a regular jumping jack. I'll switch back and forth. The next thing we'll go into is around the world. So you'll reach down, step, 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 down, step, 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 down. The third thing we'll do is some jabs. You'll stand in a side stance and we'll jab, and then go into a cross. 30 seconds with one foot, 30 seconds with the other. Then we'll go into some mini squats. So you'll squat, come up onto your toes. If you want to jump at this point, you can, or you can just squat. And then we're gonna do our last one is a curtsy lunge. So where you step and bring a foot behind. If that's too hard, you can just do a tap. All right, and I'll do some harder modifications as we're doing them. We're gonna start with the jumping jacks. Ready? Here we go. So regular jumping jacks, if you want to. Again, make sure that your balance is okay for these. You can shift to the modified. Make sure you're doing nice big arms through your available range of motion, really focusing on doing that full movement. You go the speed that's right for you. Don't worry what anyone else is doing. We're all just trying to keep moving together. All right, you're halfway there on this one. You can do it. You can see how Natalie and Bilal are shifting it up for you, standing, holding on, or sitting in the chair. You follow what's right for you. We have 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna go into our around the world. At any point, if you need to take a rest, you do that and join us when you can join us again. All right, down, up, 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 down. Only reach down as far as is comfortable for you for your balance. If it's only to your hip, that's fine too. I'm trying to go as close as I can to the floor. You can see how Natalie is focusing on her arms while marching. And Bilal is shifting his hand placement so that he can use both arms to do this. Looking good. I can see all those arms up in the air. "15 more seconds. And then we're going to do our kick, well, our punching. Almost there. All right, get in a nice stride stance. The wider the stride, the easier. And you're going to punch across and come back. Make sure that navel's towards your spine, so you're not just flinging your arm, but really driving that punch. We'll do 30 seconds with one leg forward and then switch to the other. Looking good, everyone. All right, switch to that other leg. Really focus on that cross punch, getting some nice rotation of your spine. Keep it up. 15 more seconds. Looking good. All right, now we're gonna go into our squat jump. So up and then stand all the way up. This would be the easiest version where you're just going into a squat and back up. A little bit harder, squat up onto the toes. That's more of a balance challenge because you got to stop that forward momentum. If that's too easy too, and you don't have any joint problems, you can add a jump at the end. Find what's right for you. Find speed that's right for you. Make sure those knees are staying behind those toes. You're hinging back, not bending forward. Hinge and up, hinge and up, hinge, hinge. Nice work, everyone. Last one, the curtsy lunge. So you're gonna step behind for the lunge. If this is too hard, just do the step touch. That's fine, or don't go as far down. If you're someone who has freezing, sometimes that cross step can be difficult, so go ahead and stick to the step touch. If you want an extra challenge, you can add a little jump, but make sure that's okay for your balance. And if you have joint pain, I wouldn't suggest this. We're almost there. This is the 5th one. 15 seconds left. You can do it. Nice work, everyone. Take a nice deep breath. Maybe roll those shoulders. Let that heart rate come down. The next things we're going to focus in on are balance exercises. Grab yourself a drink if you need it. All right. So the first thing that we're going to work on is working on what we call our limits of stability, which can be difficult and affected in Parkinson's. So what you're going to focus on, I'm going to do it from the side. I think it's easier to see. You're going to stand up as tall as you can, navel towards that belly button, and we're going to lean forward, moving from our ankles. I think it's always helpful to have a chair near me when I'm doing this. So we're going to start with the answer. We're going to do 5 forward, then back to the middle. Forward, so all that weight is on your toes, but your heels aren't rising. And back, try not to move from your trunk You're really moving about your ankles as if you're a pendulum. And here's the fifth one. And now we're gonna stop in the middle. We're gonna lean forward and step with one leg and then step with the other. So you're gonna lean towards the front and step and come back. Lean, step, and come back. You shouldn't feel like you're falling as you're leaning forward. Stop before that point. All right, now we're gonna do in the backwards direction. That can be a little bit more challenging, so have a chair near you. And you're gonna stand up nice and tall, navel towards that spine. And we're gonna lean back onto our heels and then back to the middle. This is a much smaller motion than forward. That's normal. We have less limits of stability in the backwards direction than we do in the front. So you're shifting back onto those heels and then back to the middle. Back, and you can hold on like Bilal is, or just have a chair there for you. Back and middle, back and middle. Nice job. Now we're gonna do side. So again, you're not shifting your trunk, you're shifting your weight over to the side. So you're on all your weights on one foot and then back to the middle. Shift and back, shift, back, shift and back. One more, shift and back. Now this time what we're gonna do is shift and then step. So we're gonna shift and step. Again, don't get to the point where you feel like you're falling. You're just putting your weight on this side and then step. And one more, shift and step. Remember to have a chair available for you. Up nice and tall again. Now we're gonna do the other direction. A little bit wider base of support. With Parkinson's, the base of support tends to get more narrow, so you have to think about getting a wider base of support. You're gonna lean and then back to the middle. Lean and back, lean and back, lean and back. Last one, lean and back. Now we're gonna do our step, lean and step, lean and step. Nice job, everyone. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on a little bit of, it's almost a dance step. So we're gonna do forward, side, cross, back. Forward, side, cross, back. Forward, side, cross, back. You say it out loud. Forward, side, cross, back. That often helps with the movement to say the words out loud. And you're muted at home, so we won't hear you. Cross, back. Try and use that loud, clear voice. Cross, back. You go at your own pace. You can pick it up if this is pretty easy. Gets a little bit more coordination and agility in there. If that was a right pace for you, then just stick with that. Cross, back. Sometimes saying it out loud, you can work on the pace on your own. You can self-pace. One more. Nice job. And now we're gonna switch to the other side. We're gonna do forward, side, cross, back, forward, side, cross, back, forward, side, cross, back. You find your own pace. I'll stop saying it. Looking good, everyone. You get a little rhythm in your head. Last one. Nice job. All right. So now what we're going to do is do a little bit of a cognitive and motor task. We're going to do a clock task. So all of us are going to have to turn around, and I'm going to speak really, really loudly so that you can hear me. You can stay facing forward. We're just the mirror image of you. So I'm going to turn, and you're going to pretend that there's a clock on the floor in front of you. All right. So if you step forward, you're stepping to 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. We're going to stay with be across 9 o'clock. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you stay with one leg and I'm gonna yell out numbers and I want you to step towards them. If it's too hard to cross feet, then go ahead and switch. Ready? 12, 3, 3, 4, 1, 11, 9, 7. Good. All right. Now what we're going to try and do is we're going to use the other side and we're going to up the cognitive challenge. So you're going to step to the opposite of what I say. So if I say 12, you're going to step to 6. If I say 9, you're going to step to 3. If I say 11, you're going to step to 5. All right? So here we go. 12, 12, 9, 6, 11, 1, 12, 3, 3. Nice job, everyone. All right, hopefully that went okay. We're gonna turn back around. We're gonna do another kind of multitasking. So first, we're just gonna start by marching our feet, nice big marches. And if you can get the arms in, I want you to try and get the arms in. So think of the quality of the motion that you're doing right now. And next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna say the alphabet backwards. So I'll start it and then I'll stop and let you keep going in your head or out loud at home. And you want to try and see if you can keep the same quality of marching while you're doing that. Ready? Here we go. Z, Y, X, W, V, U. I'm going to stop. C, B, A. So I'm going to ask you at the end how that went, if you're able to get through that whole alphabet backwards as you're marching. That kind of tests your ability to do two tasks at once. All right, so grab a drink if you want, because we're going to go into our next endurance set. So another 5 minutes of endurance exercises, okay? And I'm going to explain them to you. So if you want to grab some water while I'm explaining them to you, this is a good time to do it. So what we're going to do for the first one is we're going to do march, 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 forward, forward, march, 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 forward, forward, march, 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 forward, forward. All right. And we'll do that for 1 minute. Next, what we're going to do is hamstring curls. So what you're going to do is bring that heel up towards your bum like this. And while you're doing it, you're going to do rows with your arms. If it's too hard to add the arms, then just focus on the legs or vice versa, whichever works for you. The next thing we're going to do is what we call seal jacks. So we're going to go out, out, really working on those big arms. As you're doing it, you can do it like this if you want, or you can do it like that. And then we're going to work on knee pumps. So we'll stand to one direction and we'll drive our knee like this for 1 minute. If you need to come down in the middle and then go back, that's fine. And then we'll switch to the other side. And then the last one we're going to do is star jump. So we'll start together and jump out and together. That's the highest level. You can also do, out, out, in, out, out, in. All right, so you pick the one that works for you. I'll probably alternate back and forth so you can see both. And then Bilal and Natalie will also have their modifications. All right, we're gonna start with the marching and then the forward. Here we go. March, 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 forward, forward. March, 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 forward, forward. March, 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 forward, forward. You go in your own pace. Almost there. All right, so now you're gonna bring the heel up towards your bum while you're doing row arms. If you can't do the arms, that's fine, just stick with the legs. Go at the pace that works for you. Don't worry what anybody else is doing. You're trying to work at that moderate intensity. So you're getting the heart rate up. You should be able to talk, but not sing. I'm pretty sure I could not sing right now. Keep going. Looking good, everyone. You can do it. Keep it up. Fifteen more seconds. 10 more seconds. Then we're gonna go into the seal jacks. All right, so really big arms out as you step to the side. If you want a really big challenge, you can jump out. I wouldn't suggest that if you have difficulties with your balance. I'll shift back and forth so people can see. Nice big arms, nice big steps if you can. Really focus on that. Looking so good. Bilal and Natalie are showing you the modifications. Keep it up. $15 more seconds. And then we'll go into the knee pumps. You're looking good. We can do it. 5 more seconds. All right, here's those knee pumps. So you're really driving that knee. I'm going from the drive all the way back. If you need to drive and then tap, that's fine too. If you're in the chair, you're really trying to drive that knee. Holding on, you're just using one hand. You've got it. We'll switch legs soon. 5 more seconds. All right, other side. Sometimes one side's easier than the other, so have a chair near you if you need it. Really push, drive. Get those abs in there. Looking good. 10 more seconds. Then just the star jumps left. All right, so out, out, in. Or you've got it. Nice big steps. Arms up as you step. Looking so good. See those arms? You go the right pace for you. 10 more seconds. You did it. Another 5 minutes of cardio. Pat yourself on the back. Take a nice deep breath. Maybe roll those shoulders. Let that heart rate come down a little bit. Grab a drink if you need it. We're gonna go back into another balance interval and then we're gonna cool down. You've done a great job today. All right. So our next balance interval, there's a couple choices with this one. We're gonna be doing head and trunk movements. So you need to find the right base of support that provides a challenge to your balance, but isn't requiring you to have to take a step or feel unsafe. So you can have just a regular base of support like this. You can have your feet together like this. You can be in a stride. The wider the stride, the easier. The narrower the stride, the harder. Or you can do heel toe, which is what I'm gonna do. I would suggest having a chair near you so that you can touch on it if you need to. I'm gonna have you put your thumb up in front. You're gonna look at that thumbnail and you're gonna rotate your head as far as you can and come back. We're gonna do some of those and then we'll switch to, if you're sitting in the chair like Natalie, you're really focusing on sitting up tall off the back of the chair. If you can, really focus on that thumbnail as you're doing this. 2 more on this side. Last one. Now we're gonna switch our feet. Put the other foot forward. You're gonna bring the thumb up in front again. Find the right balance point for you. Back and forward. Back and forward. Back. Looking good. Really focus on that thumbnail. 2 more. Nice job. All right. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a step with a reach. So if you're in the chair, you're gonna just step your foot out to the side. You're gonna reach down, come back, and up onto your toes. And then we'll switch to the other side. Down, front, up onto the toes, just like that. Ready? Here we go. Big step back, down, front, and up, down, back, down, front, and up, side, back, and up onto those toes, back, down, front, and up. You've got it, like you're picking something up off the floor and then putting it in the high shelf, things we do every day. Down, front, and up, or you're getting the laundry or something out of the dishwasher and putting it up into a shelf. Down, front, and up. One more on each side. And up. Front and up. Nice job. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand in this tandem position again. So one foot in front of the other. Remember, you can do more of a stride position. That's fine. And we're gonna move you can have a chair here to hold on. You're gonna move the foot back and then forward. Back and forward. Shifting your weight as you do it from forward to back, forward to back. You go the right pace for you. Say it out loud to pace yourself. A few more. Last one. 2, and now let's switch for the other foot. So let this one be the stance leg, your other leg, and you're gonna go shift back and forward, back and forward, back, and forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. Last one, back and forward. Nice job. We're going to do one last balance activity and then go into our cool down so that we end on time. So this last one is you're going to bring one foot up in front and we're going to do the alphabet with our ankle. If you need to tap down at any time, go ahead and do that. Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, tap down if you need to, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, oop, I need to tap down, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now let's try that other side. Remember, you can tap down at any point or you can just hold your leg up. I'm on C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Nice job. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our cool downs. Take a nice deep breath for me. Roll those shoulders. We're going to do some nice stretching. So the first one that we're going to start with is our hamstring stretch. So we're going to bring our toes up in the air. Remember, you can do this in the chair. You can do this holding on. This is about stretching, not about balance. You're going to hinge at the hips, reach down towards your toes. Toes are up towards the ceiling. You should feel a stretch along the back of your leg. You should not feel sharp pain or pain in your back. If you do, come up a little bit. You also shouldn't be dizzy or short of breath. And if you are, just come up farther on your leg. Hold there. These stretches we want to hold for a little bit longer now that we've warmed up those muscles. When you're at home, try and target 30 seconds. Nice and slow, roll up for me. And I bring that other leg forward. Lean down, keep that knee as straight as you can. Feel the stretch down the back of the leg. Reach down as far as you're able. Might be your toes, might be your knee, might be your thigh, that's fine. Hold there. Nice and slow, roll up. We're gonna do a calf stretch. So we're gonna get in that runner's position. You can hold onto a chair or a wall for this. Lean all your weight, I'm gonna do it to the side. Weight onto that front leg, keep the heel down on the back leg. You should feel the stretch in the back calf. You can see how Natalie's doing it in the chair, just bringing her toes up. If you're at home, you can pull with a towel. It's a little bit more stretch. Hold like this. Feel that stretch in that back calf. We worked all those muscles today. And then we're going to switch to the other side. Lean forward. Keep that heel down in the back. Feel that calf stretch. Try not to bounce. If you're not feeling a stretch, just lean farther in. Try not to bounce the muscle. Back up. All right. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have our hands out in front like this, and we're gonna rotate back as far as we can. Rotate your head too and just hold back there. Really hold, stretching those arms out as wide as they can and rotating the head as far as you can. Back to the front. We're gonna do one on the other side. Rotate back as far as you can. Just hold there, keep that head back there. Back to the front. We're gonna come into this goal post position, just stretch these front muscles out, tend to get tight and contribute to that sort of forward flexed posture. So really squeeze those shoulder blades back behind. Hold there. You can see Bilal switching from one side to the other, or you can do it in sitting if that's easier. Nice job. Now we're gonna stretch so that we're bringing our ribs towards our hips. You can reach up and grab your wrist and get a little extra stretch if you want. So a lot of times we're sitting during the day, we may have a little scoliosis or forward flex posture. So really breathe into this new space that you've created. Again, you shouldn't have any back pain. It's okay to have a stretching sensation. Back off if you're having pain. Just hold there, really breathing into the stretch. Nice work. And we're going to come to the other direction. Remember, you don't have to pull on your wrist, but that will give you a little extra stretch. You can see Bilal doing it without pulling, and Natalie too. Just hold, breathe in. Good. Back up. We always end our classes with 3 deep breaths. So get a nice big base support, navel towards that spine. We're going to do a nice big deep breath and blow out. Big deep breath in and blow out. Last one, I'm gonna let my arms fall. Big deep breath in. Let those arms fall. Congratulations for taking time to exercise, and thank you for exercising with us. We had a great time. We hope you did too. We'll come up to the screen now.
Thanks so much, Laura and team. We appreciate, getting our heart rates up, some mobility and fluidity in our bodies today on this Fitness Friday. Can't thank you guys enough for guiding us in this live exercise demo.
Thanks, everyone. I see some of my familiar faces. Thanks for joining.
That's great. If anyone has questions for Laura and team, now would be the time to ask. We'll pause for just 30 seconds and give you guys some time to write into the chat.
Thank you.
Janice says, thank you.
Thank you, Janice. Any questions?
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us for today's live Fitness Friday class. For more information about the new Parkinson's exercise recommendations, please visit parkinson.org/exercise. To watch other fitness videos from Laura and her team, visit parkinson.org/PD health and click on the Fitness Fridays tab. Mark your calendar for next month's live fitness class led by Nate Coomer, DPT, owner of Daily Dose PD, on November 18th. And thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye, everyone. Nice to see you.